Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring today's video.
200.
The car behind me is currently my favorite car in the shop. We have a lot of really small things that make a big difference. But first of all, the front tire has a leak. And I don't mean air, I actually mean brake fluid. It sprays it onto the rotor and then ignites. The other major thing we're going to do is add the Grid Life legal limit of 5 inches of bodywork to the front of this. So we're gonna add a front splitter piece that will ultimately divert air up, not only add pressure on this top side, but create vacuum on the bottom side, pulling the car down even further within the class limits. There's a guy named Andrew Brilliant. What he's shown with a lot of those time attack cars, he calls it like the infinity wing thing, and it makes sense, is minimize the amount of drag that it has. And one of the cool ways he did that is that he has these things kind of coming up on an angle, not just flat like this. So the drag pulls this way and the drag pulls that way, and that cancels each other out. We're gonna try to have that kind of sweep up aggressively without causing too much pressure loss. I don't have enough experience with what angles or rules of thumb that is, but we'll definitely add 5 inches wider and then have it kind of sweep up here. Give us a lot more front grip, and we will see if we can get under 2 minutes at Button Willow.
I don't know, dude. It kind of seems like you're winging it.
Joel is not lying. I'm definitely winging it. I am very thankful for the gentleman, if you're watching the video, you know who you are, who probably risked his career. He took these from a garbage bin at work, and these are insane carbon fiber things. These are not car related. They're like military jet related. Aerospace. These shouldn't be in my hand. You can kind of see where I'm going with this, is that we'll have it 5 inches wide, because I want the smooth side to be the bottom side. It's the biggest misconception that myself and other people have, is that it's the bottom side that generates twice as much downforce as the top side. 5 inches away from the bodywork. Hopefully it's there, but
Do we have 2 of these?
we have 2 of them. It's the same,
But different.
but different. I'm angling it so the air that's coming off the front of the car hits it kind of head on. So the quick problem, what I don't know, is if we have a wing like this, when the air is traveling underneath here, it will actually try to stick and it'll spread out. And when it spreads out, it slows down. So you get this slow velocity, you get this nice, but you angle it too far, depending on the situation, it's like, fuck that. And then it just starts swirling and you don't get this nice expansion, you get this chaos. We're gonna start measuring this up and cut it up. Well, it looks like there's metal in it. There's not, it's just carbon.
That's
Wow.
some good carbon.
That was deceiving. I thought this would be like that. Look at,
Mm-hmm. Oh, it does towards the end.
that's so, oh yeah, it is in there. That's such a strong piece though. So this is why I made it a little longer, so we can trim that. So fit the body more. We need to go,
Actually fits more flush that way.
you like it this way? I mean, it's still not, but either way I'm gonna have to trim it down.
Yeah.
But this gives me rigidity, purely visually appealing to me. That's all I'm basing the angle off of right now. Okay,
25.
yeah, 25. We'll build 5 inches out here so it has that nice little runway. General rule of thumb, if you have high pressure here, you don't put another canard right next to it, because the high pressure here is cool, but this low pressure zone is gonna be mixed in with this high pressure zone and it cancels each other out. I'm sure there's like some small benefit. You'll see on the high time attack cars, they have these massive things up here, and that's for good reason. I coincidentally have these, and I'm copying high time attack cars by just putting these up here, mostly because I just want them on one fender. I don't want to have them like half-assed. The current plan of attack is do this, get a door hinge for this, angle it however we want. Ethan's gonna create a triangle of aluminum here that we will weld onto this. We have a lot of small things that could potentially generate altogether at least 3 pounds of downforce. While the neighbors are busy building their half of the building, they actually cut the water off while I was taking a dump. We're building Aero and using CAD. Ethan just swapped to cardboard for simplicity and lightness and all that. And so we're going to use these to our advantage. We're actually gonna have 2 bolts go through these 2 holes, so it's held in here to here. So it's double sheared, held in if this is gonna create a lot of downforce. Whenever I'm out about traveling, I like to keep that thing on me. This is probably the best protection I can have when going to trade shows. First of all, you're going on airplanes, and then you're going out to a conference where you're talking to a lot of people. Your time asleep is even less than normal, and you're in a hotel. There's so many things working against you, and that's why this wasn't even a question. In fact, I keep extra on me. The most important thing is on the go, immune support on the go, mental energy on the go, digestive energy. Guess what? All those things are all comprehensively inside of one little packet, or even the big 30-day supply if you go that route too. You got choices. You know the biggest downside about this little packet? There's not enough space to write out the 75 ingredients inside of this, all the different vitamins, minerals, adaptogens. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that supports your entire body health. Save $20 when you subscribe at drinkag1.com/RobDahm. That's drinkag1.com/RobDahm. They will be giving away a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2, as well as 5 free travel packs. Goes out grabbing food, but I just welded those on. That lined up beautifully.
Not this side, a little bit.
That lined up not so beautifully. That's 3 separate welds. You can kind of see where I started and stopped, but still sick to weld them on the inside, outside. I'm gonna trim up that angle. Weld it there. Weld it on the same over there.
Just stood here and waited until he felt me staring, and I was just like, it's really neat having Ethan do half of that. I was going to do it all real quick, but you could see the little puppy dog look in his eye. He was like, please.
He's welding the other half. I haven't seen his work yet. Okay, all right. Oh, I just heard it crack. I know it's cracking. I would say this is better than my first 10 times welding by far. Ethan's not a rapper. He's not meant to be doing this, and so this is kind of fun to see it all work together. I did warp up a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
But you haven't welded the backside.
I did.
Oh. Hey, there you go. Thank God he's filming in horizontal, because you wouldn't be able to see this otherwise. But that is our front splitter. It's a lot heavier than I was expecting. Let's see what this looks like. Wow.
That looks time attack.
It does. So we're thinking that. Keep it simple. There and there. I'm putting probably 30 to 50 pounds of force on there. I think that the combination of all these things is going to really make this front end nuts. This is so sick. This is all within the spec rules of Grid Life Street Mod, but it feels like cheating. We're here at Button Willow, the race course that we have neglected, and yet we have raced the most on a sim. In fact, for my birthday, we all got loaded and drove. In the sim, we just took turns beating each other off, beating each other's times off the pace, and had a blast doing it. So we got down to, yours was a 202.
Yeah.
But none of the times we did could we repeat the next day. We'll hope that the rain clears up and dries up so we can test this front aero out. So we're gonna back this out, let the sun evaporate all the water off of this thing, but we might actually get out on track today. tell by the sun, the mood's changed here. So it is 1:30. So there's still a lot of time left in the day to get some good times. Now the ground is actually dry on the track. There's a couple people tracking off and dragging mud onto there, which is a bummer. But at this point, I think I'll be happy if I can go out there and do a 210. That would be very, very exciting considering I've never been here before.
Last minute mods.
Yeah. Fucking did a 207.
Badass.
It was like 213, 210, 207. The front is ridiculous. And so I feel very confident in this car now. And aside from that, maintaining decent temperatures, but I could get it. I'm obviously behind people, so I'm not going my fastest. And I don't know the car, I don't know the track, but everything about this feels like a video game. It's top notch. Here comes the second session. Now, like I said, I've been behind people the whole time, but if I'm in the lead or if I'm by myself, am I gonna go faster? This car's got it. So let's see if the driver's got it. My goal is to get as close to a 2 minute as possible. All the logs look good. We went through everything. Oil pressure doesn't drop like we used to. Temperatures are looking great. Everything's just looking great. So let's see if the car is ready for the next step.
I slid off at the sweeper. I swept
Oh,
off.
that's why you disappeared?
Yeah, as I got back on. So I was just gunning it the whole time sliding. I was still 4 seconds faster than my
No
previous
way.
lap. I did 209 with going way the fuck
Oh,
off.
shit.
He's running 2 flats and I was with him the whole time. That lap was incredible to have him there to help see what was going on. Pushing the limits, I was definitely gonna do a sub 2 minute. There's a 159 in there. If it happens, it happens. In honor of running 200.1, Erica's convinced me to do a nice little sale. You tell them a little bit of details.
Okay, so we're doing 15% off of everything on DahmRacing.com. That's clothing and stickers, hoodies, hats. Show them the hat. And I got the hoodie on.
Yeah, I love my keeps, but Erica loves seeing me in a hat.
Yeah,
so.
the hats just always look so good. They're like so easy to put together.
Both the hat and the hoodie are great for track days like this when it's either A, too cold in the morning, and then B, blistering hot with sun beating on you. So
Layers.
The clothes are definitely helpful at the track, and they are the nicest clothes I own. Any of you that bought, you know that I don't want to put my name on bad stuff. Road ranges are getting way more expensive, but our clothing isn't. Just for the last couple of days of the year.
Sale runs through the end of January 1st. So we got a couple days. Get your orders in. I'll be shipping daily.
I'm hot pitting because my hood started popping up. 200.1, and I was making tons of mistakes. So it even says 158 right there, but we fucking hit the peak goal. I'm gonna go out for one more session and see if I can get that 159.
ran the 200.18. There was traffic and everything, and on top of that, one of my wheel speed sensors died during that session, and so the car wasn't using ABS fully, and it was also thinking it was in a lower gear because 100 miles an hour plus 0 miles an hour equals 50 miles an hour, and so it was doing calculation based on the rear tires. So the right rear messed up my boost back gear completely. That said, I still ran that 200, and then I went back right at the last second. There was some traffic. It was going to be a 158. What an amazing day. What an amazing event.